Wow, the Sacramento Kings are third place in the Western Conference. I cannot believe this. Incredible. Obviously tied, or they're a few percentage points up on Pelicans, but the fact that we are halfway through the year and they are now third, that is incredible. Wow. I'm lost for words, man. Let's just enjoy the standings for like a few seconds, man. It's truly incredible. Welcome, by the way, to the CK post-game show here on the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Bias. I'm in awe. I'm very excited. I know they beat the Lakers, but what a win. The way they got it. The way Richaun Holmes stepped into this role tonight with no Sabonis. Vintage Holmes, 16 and 11. That's Richaun Holmes. So please, save yourself the embarrassment of saying, oh, this guy can't. No. Name me another guy that can play and succeed every single night with limited minutes. You can't, man. You really can't, especially when you're contingent on your guard play, aka Malik Monk, because Davion Mitchell's not a point guard. That's good on January 18th. Like, he's a off-ball, spot up, live dribble, attack the rim. He's not an actual point guard right now. So your only point guard is Malik Monk off the bench. So that means that whoever that 5 is, that backup 5 playing in 6 to 11 to 12, 13 minutes, that means they got to depend on Malik Monk to have a successful offensive game, because then the perceived value and the box score will indicate that whoever that backup 5 is having a good game. Because if Malik Monk is struggling, well, you're going to see a negative 12, negative 15 from a Metu tonight, because I believe Malik Monk was 1 of 9, if I'm not mistaken. That's what's going to happen. We got to realize that we're asking too much from that backup 5 offensively if you're playing limited minutes, because you don't get no rhythm, you don't get no timing, and that's the reality. We saw it again. I keep saying this, you're acting like these guys can't play. Obviously, Holmes is better than Metu. I don't want to hear none of that. Yes, Metu has played better because he's played better when Malik has played well. Like, he's been in the game when Malik has played really well. That's the reality of it. Offensively, obviously defensively, Metu's always going to struggle because he's little. Where we can agree on something is that Richaun has struggled defensively all season long. Tonight was the exception. But offensively, the value of you wanting consistency is not going to be there, because Malik Monk's not going to have a great game every single night. It's just not going to happen. But when you put Richaun around starters, around actual NBA starters, he's going to look better. He's going to look like his old self, which is a good basketball player. So shout out to Richaun Holmes, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause, man. That's my guy. He's a great human being. He works his tail off, and he deserves the praise. And I hope he gets that defensive player of the game chain, man. That'll be... What do I always say? Mike Brown needs to find a way to get this guy's confidence up. Because if you have a confident Richaun Holmes, he's going to be just fine. Again, they beat the Lakers. Let's not make a huge deal out of this. They beat the Lakers tonight. Retrospect, circle all the way around. They beat the Lakers. So let's be fair and add some context to it. Now, if it was the Nuggets, I would be literally streaking right now. But it was the Lakers. You still got to give them kudos for being down big at the beginning. They came back roaring in the second quarter. But it was the Lakers, okay? They did allow 136 though 2 weeks ago. So a major improvement. So 1-2-3 Sacramento. That is crazy. Right now they be facing the Utah Jazz, who's 6th. I think they beat the Clippers tonight, or they beat. Was it Golden State? They beat somebody. It was Golden State or the Clippers. But holy cow, what a night! Before we get into the nitty gritty of things, huge shout out to our new sponsors, Taqueria La Nueva Vallarta and La Perla Tapatía in Sacramento and Roseville. Right now they're doing a great giveaway, $50 to go eat there. I mean, just look at this food, bruh. Just look at this food. From the alcohol to the fresh ingredients, it is homemade Mexican food. You're going to love it. Make sure y'all tell them that Cowboy Kingdom sent you. And when you're there, make sure you tag yourself because you're going to love the food. And it will be your favorite taqueria. I guarantee it. My goodness. What a night. Let's go to the box score now. Why they show me January 17th games? I don't know. ESPN's been bugging lately, bro. ESPN has been bugging lately as of late. Harrison Barnes, 20. Double-double for Keegan Murray. 10 huge rebounds. And I'm talking about huge rebounds there. Massive rebounds. Richaun Holmes, 16, 11, 8 defensive. Plus 23. And Metu was a minus 20. Y'all see what I'm saying, man? Like, whoever that backup, and again, he had 17 minutes in that, so that's actually a fair shot to be effective. But it's hard to be effective when your role isn't, contingent on yourself. Like, they not throwing you the ball, they not allowing you to get some buckets. You're playing within the flow of the offense, and your success is dictated by your guard play. AKA Malik Monk, 2 points, 1 and 9. It makes a lot of sense why Metu was a minus 20, regardless of whether he has 6 and 5. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. Okay, make sure you guys slap the like button, baby. The link is in the bio. It's pinned. Y'all can click on that, join the conversation. We gonna wait for Tyson. We gonna wait for Ty. I want to get new people on real fast. Give me your thoughts. Let me know how y'all feel. Light the beam. You heard the light the beam chants in crypto. I almost said Staples. It's always going to be Staples for me. But in crypto arena tonight, man, let's take a listen to what Richaun Holmes had to say, man, because this was special.
Holmes, I mean, you have just stayed ready. You have had to deal with so much over this last year, and you got the start tonight. The last 3 games before this, you had a total of 8 minutes. You stayed ready, Richaun.
Yeah, he did stay ready.
What's your mentality going into this one?
I mean, honestly, just like you said, just stay ready, come out and get what I could. It's been a struggle, but to come out here and be able to help my guys get a win, I'm getting emotional now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of passion for this game.
He's getting emotional, baby. You gotta love him. I'm so happy for him.
Richaun, you a little tired? I mean, you're bent over there. What was going through your mind going to?
He's tired. He hasn't played.
Oh man, just gotta make the free throws. I left it all out there, honestly. Just wanted to do what I could to help my team get the win. Play as hard as I could. So happy I was able to make the free throws. Happy I was able to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, a double-double for you. You knew you guys were going to be without Sabonis going into this one. What was the messaging going into this game?
Rich got the chain. I love it, bro. I love it.
With one person, what he brings to this team, we can't replace. So we just wanted to come out there, do it by committee. Everybody stepped up tonight to get this win, and it's a team win, great team win, and I was happy I was able to play a part.
He played the biggest part, I'm going to say. Defensive player of the game. He got the chain. You got to love it. Let me see if they updated it or not. Oh my God, he got the chain for Richaun Holmes, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it, man. I'm happy. Obviously, you saw the emotion from him. That is big time. Oh man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. How's everybody doing, by the way? Hopefully y'all is doing well. Hopefully y'all can hear me. We're back in the studio. Hope there's some t-shirts on the bottom. Shooters shoot. Get your merch today. Let me know if y'all see the row of merch shirts on our Teespring store. Drop a comment below and let us know. Let's go over this fired up group chat here. Put some respect on Richaun Holmes. Yes, sir. Put some respect on him right now. Let me see. Right here. Okay. 30 seed. Yes, sir. Sacramento. Okay, I see it. Light the beam, Tyson. You guys are overachieving everyone's expectations. Yes, they are. Without question. My guy, Karam. It's going to be a hell of a game this Friday night. I can't wait to watch SGA play. Holy cow. And the Thunder, I believe, are one game below 500. Last time I checked. And for any Kings fan that thinks it's going to be easy or that the Kings should win the game, you got to start watching the basketball because it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a dogfight. And De'Aaron Fox is going to have to earn his points because guess who's over there, man? Guess who's over there? His name is Lou Dort. That dude's going to make you work. That guy's going to make you work for sure. I don't know why, but I always felt anxiety like that after a minute. Ice Purple Crime, man. Yes, sir. Rich stays ready. Such a class act. Absolutely. I thought this team would never be 500 after the 0-4 start. Man, it's been a crazy ride this year. No question about it. Kings vs. Thunder is going to be a banger. They have 3 dudes who can get into the lane at will. SGA, Williams, and Giddey. Plus Isaiah Joe shooting like 55% from 3. Great stuff there from Charlie, my guy. Light the beam. Yes, sir. Rich brought the energy. Didn't think this team was going to play defense. Vlade was in the house, and Christie wanted this win bad. Yes, sir, Mr. Angelo. Let's go, Alex. Malik was shooting some wild shots. Great guy, but glad he didn't play much. Mike Brown making good moves. Yeah, man, there isn't a veteran center in the league who's going to want to come from playing 20 to 6 to 12 minutes a roll. Kings need a secondary ball handler like Richardson on that second unit. That'd be great. Like a Josh Richardson from San Antonio Spurs who's, played big roles for teams like the Miami Heat. I would love a guy like that. Only thing about this game and the past games is that they need to continue to work with Keegan on defense. He's the weak link on D, but he's a threat on offense. 10 rebounds speaks volumes. Great stuff there by Drewiski Ruiz. Absolutely. He's obviously not very good on defense yet. There's a lot of work to be done there. But the fact that he got 10 rebounds, that Mike Brown continues to harp on him, not just spacing the floor or scoring threes, right? He wants him to attack that glass. And he did that tonight. It was not easy. It's not easy to guard a guy like LeBron James. Nobody can guard LeBron James. But the fact that he got 10 rebounds without question speaks volumes, my brother. Raider Alex reporting in, sir. Nice upcoming stretch, though. Yes, sir. Bro, Lakers were surging. Them molcajetas look fire, bro. Them molcajetas are fire with a capital F, bro. Like, they are really good, man. Look bomb. Yes, sir. I thought the Lakers were going to come back after that fan hit the half-court shot. Damn, he won 70 grand. He won 70 racks between the third and fourth quarter. That is crazy. I did not know that. That is crazy. Wow. I did not know that. That is crazy. $70,000, y'all. That's nuts. That is nuts. Rich got the chain. Yes, light the beam. Point the beam in LeBron's ball spot. Hey, if you do that, you might give him give him some hair. I don't know, man. This beam has done wonders. It might give him some hair again, so you may not want to light that beam, bro. Maybe turn the computer audio up on the videos. Okay. Holmes was a beast tonight. Friday and Saturday will be huge. The big time games. You got to win one of those games. It's going to be tough to win both, but you got to win one of those games. Okay, she's going to be tough, man. If Philadelphia is on a back-to-back, I haven't checked their schedule. I think that's more winnable because they'll be on back-to-back, and then obviously the Kings will be on back-to-back too, but at home, so it's a little bit different. But I got to check their schedule, man. Let me know in the comments below if the Sixers are on the back-to-back, if they play Friday and Saturday. Richaun, yes, sir. I just ordered mine. Raider Alex supporting. Yeah, big man. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you. Refs forced to start respecting the Kings, man. Well, they got to, bro. Kings figured some stuff out tonight and how to get offense from the wing players. Like Doma's out. Maybe this makes life easier for Richaun if he can get some minutes with HB and Fox while Doma sits. That's a fact, bro. I've always asked myself like why are you playing so many bench guys at once? You should never take out. There should always be a flex of a HB in there, of a De'Aaron Fox, right, or of a Domas. Like you can't have 4 to 5 bench players in at once. You're asking for guys who are not used to playing together like that, on top of playing against better players, to sustain what you already built if you were ahead in the game. Like if you think about even tonight, the Lakers went on the run when Metu came into the game, when they subbed in 3 dudes, right? If you truly think about it, like go back and watch the first quarter. The game was competitive until the bench came in and you just dismantled the whole thing. Like you can't do that, man. I understand you're trying to keep Fox under X amount of minutes a night. Domas sometimes, he's playing Domas more, but you got to be better with how you distribute those minutes. I don't think you're deep enough in terms of quality depth, like super quality depth, to where I'm like, okay, I feel confident that if you don't have any of the 3 main, starters, which HB, because of how he's played in January, is your 3rd best player now. Because we had questions in November and December and in October, obviously. So I think it's clear cut now that HB is your 3rd player. Because if you had asked me, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, I would have said Malik Monk or Kevin Huerter. Like, it's truly hard if you remove this month from HB, who your 3rd best player was. Now I'm not saying who's the better talented player. Obviously, if HB's stuff is hitting on all cylinders, like he's obviously the guy at 6'8", but sometimes he's so inconsistent that you don't really know. So the fact that he's been killing it in January, I think he's putting up 22 points a game. You got to give the guy credit. And he is Mr. Professional in terms of off the court. Guys respect him. He's a respectable human being. I mean, he's an amazing human being. So I'm just excited for HB that he's finally putting a strong month together, where every night he's putting up over 20 a night. Like, that's incredibly impressive. So you got to give the man credit there. Light the MF and beam, bro. I was at the game tonight. I was screaming light the beam. That's awesome, bro. Yo, Michel. Can we talk about Herter's 3 at the clutch? I mean, Kevin's been clutch this season. Kevin's been clutch, man. Did you even think the Kings were gonna ABW this good? Cheers. Have a good night. At the beginning, what is ABW, bro? I'm so bad with acronyms or these like 3-letter. I'm terrible at them. I'm assuming did I think that they'd be this good? No. Nobody thought they'd be this good. Nobody thought they'd be this good. I don't want to hear anybody, no, you didn't, bro. If you thought that, you would have put like 50 grand on the over, or at least $1,000 on the over. So if you were that confident, you would have put at least $1,000 in the on the over. I think it was 34 games, easily, right? But no one foresaw this. Nobody did. Let's be honest. Nobody did. Obama would be a good backup target. I don't know, right? I'm not a big Bamba fan, but if y'all want to continue to throw these names out and be like, oh, well, he might work, it's like, bro, it's so hard to play such a minimal, unrealistic role on this team, being DeMontis' backup. It's so difficult. It's so difficult, man. It's so hard to get a rhythm when you're playing limited minutes, man. It truly is. Like, it truly is. Sixers are not. They play Portland tomorrow, then get us. No. They play Saturday. The Kings play Friday and Saturday, not Sunday. HB may not always answer when you call, but he is always on time. That's like the one really good thing that Kyle says, I would say. Philly not on the back-to-back. They play Portland tomorrow, and then it's on. Okay, so Saturday. Okay, Sixers play Portland tomorrow. Okay, HB looks more locked in on defense too. I mean, he hasn't been that good on defense this year, to be honest with you. But yeah, I guess as of late, 47-35. I was thinking 75% they would hit the over, but I don't gamble. Kings from yeah, but you didn't think they'd be the number 3 seed though. I think that was the question. Like, do you think they would have been the number 3 seed at this juncture of the season? Hell no. Hell no. Stop it. Kings from Ohio, baby. Let's keep it rolling. Yes, sir. Smokey the Bear, baby. Mr. Spears from ESPN said the Kings will make the playoffs at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but that's not saying they're going to be the number 3 seed halfway through the season. That's completely different. You can make the playoffs and be a playing game and win win the first game if you're a 7 seed or an 8 seed, right? That's different from saying this team's locked in to be a top 6 team, top 5. Nobody said that though. I didn't say it. I didn't hear Mark Spears say they're number 5, they're number 6. He didn't say that. He said the playoffs. The playoffs can literally mean make the play-in and then make the playoffs. That's completely different. That is different. That is different. We're not going to address the elephant in the room. Can the Kings make some free throws, please? Jesus Louise, bro. Hey, these guys just don't make free throws. That's crazy. That is crazy. Number 3 seed, no, I would be happy if they play 7-8 at the beginning of the season. Exactly. That is my point. Okay, so y'all can literally call in right now. Hey, Derek, come on, man. I want to hear some of y'all right now. Let's light the beam. Let's move on to the next screen. Let me see. Light the beam, baby. Here we go. Okay. Let's light the beam, y'all. Let's call in. The link is in the chat box. Let's get this rolling, baby. Come on, man. If we got 18 people watching, we should have 18 likes. If we got 1 person watching, we should have 1 like. Y'all know how it goes, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Again, huge shout out to everybody that is in the stream right now. The Kings are the number 3 seed. I want to hear from you guys right now. Click that link. It's guest Ecam. You don't even have to pop up the screen. Just seeing if you want to come in the black screen. I just want to hear what you guys are thinking. What was your biggest takeaway tonight? If we look at the box score, right? The guy that really, obviously, Richaun. But we haven't even talked about De'Aaron Fox today. 39 minutes, 13 of 23, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. And both of those, one was a bank shot, in and out bank shot, which is insane. And then he missed 4 free throws. So that's crazy. 31 points, plus 19, 6 assists. That's going to get the job done. When obviously his usage rate was a lot higher today. And when I tell people he can put up 30 points every night, he could easily put up 30 points. That's not how the Kings play, though. His usage rate is not, top 25 in the NBA. I think he's like 30-something right now. We can check that, though. It's incredible because y'all wouldn't even guess where Sabonis is right now. Sabonis is like 130, like 140, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Usage rate, NBA. Let me see who's up there. Let's check. Okay. De'Aaron Fox. Pascal is 24. De'Aaron Fox is 31, y'all. In the NBA, 31. That boy gets 24 a night. Don't tell me if he was top 10 usage rate, he'd not be putting up 30 points. Easy. He'd be putting up 30 points easy if he was top 10 usage rate. But that's not what this team needs him to do, which is why they've been so successful this season, because he's had to change the way he plays a little bit, but it's really benefited him and the team because we know that he can put up buckets when he needs to put up buckets. That's just the reality of it. All right, let's check who's calling in. Dustin, here we go. Here we go. First one of the night. Dustin, brother, how you doing? Can you hear me? Dustin, you're on, brother. Turn your mic on. Can you hear me? Oh, you're frozen? Oh, he muted himself. Dustin, can you hear us, brother? Nope. Okay, we lost Dustin. Call in again. Smokey, do you have Kevin Huerter's face on Michael Jordan's body? That's a first. That is funny. Kings, baby. Yes, sir. Dude, it's 12:30 over here. I'm about to go to bed. Derek says he's about to go to bed. Okay, here we go. Jeremy. Here we go. Jeremy. What's up, my man? How are you?
Yo, man, what up, dude? The Kings did it, man. We're killing it this year.
3C, bro. What's been your biggest takeaway?
You know, I'm gonna be honest, dude. I didn't get to watch the Lakers game, but I was following the updates on the site, dude. Like the stream kept dying. I'm at home.
Oh, good. What's been your biggest takeaway this season?
My biggest takeaway is we're 3 in the West, bro, and I've been a diehard fan my whole life. This year is freaking amazing. Loving it.
Man. It melts my heart to think about that. We've been through this shit for 16 years, man, and we're the number 3 seed right now. That's crazy.
Bro, to go from where we were to where we're going, it's just like it's words are unthinkable. So appreciate the show.
Hey, man, appreciate you, big dog. Thank you for joining. Jeremy right there, man. I appreciate Jeremy. Dustin, come back, call in right now. Light the Beam is joining. Okay, here we go. Light the Beam. Okay. Ty, what's up, Light the Beam?
Can you hear me, Leo?
Yes, sir, I can.
Hey, man, let's be honest. This game should have been put away a long time ago.
Here we go. I love things like Ty. Well, we could have done this better.
I'm always on the Kings' ass because let's be honest, if the Kings played a little defense, we could be the number 1 seed right now.
Damn. Okay, you went from like facts? Here to here.
Is that not facts? The Kings play no defense and we're the 3rd seed in the West. Isn't that crazy? That's unbelievable.
But they are a top 3 offensive team, which is also incredible.
That's facts too.
Like there are 3 teams in the NBA: Boston, Sacramento, and Denver, right? And again, all 3 of those teams are either the 1 seeds or the number 3 seeds for a reason. Like they are so elite offensively. Now, obviously, those 2 teams probably have better defensive rating than the Kings. Like the Kings are awful, but if the Kings can, be middle of the pack, I mean, they can actually finish top 3 if they can get there. But as of today, I don't see how they'll get there unless they make a move.
I agree. I mean,
so
I've been on this pod before, hating on Harrison Barnes, but let's be honest, you had a great January. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially, at this juncture in the season, it's really difficult that you find your 3rd best player through trade. You know what I mean? It's just like at the end of the day, that's just how not in season trades work. But hey, man, we've been playing well. Harrison Barnes really stepped it up today, and I think that, even though I am giving the Kings flag for missing free throws and, still being a young team, at the end of the day, getting a win like this, especially with LeBron having a night like this without Sabonis, is huge. It shows a lot of growth, you know what I mean? I think we did see a little bit more inconsistent minutes out of Davion early on, and, hey, come on, Kings fan, drop a comment for, let's get a shout-out Mike Brown because he actually gave Fox some minutes tonight. How many times have we seen Mike Brown give Fox in and out, and then the Kings will give up like an 8-0 run is because Fox is not in the game. So shout out to Mike Brown tonight. He realized he needed his star player, and kudos to him for real.
JJ Redick broke it down. The Kings starting lineup down the stretch is rated number 4 defensively. So I think if Davion is in that lineup, they get better defensively, obviously, but then they suffer offensively. So there's a lot of things that Mike Brown is still tinkering with in terms of lineups, how he's going to use certain guys. I think once the playoffs, it's crazy to say this damn P word. I think once the playoffs get here, like, oh my God, I'm saying that, he's going to have to shorten up the rotation, in my opinion. But when that day gets here, I don't even know what I'm going to do in terms of like coverage. I'm going to be like, oh my God, they're playing in the playoffs. We going to actually talk about X's and O's and be like, now they got to do this better, right? But right now we're like, still, in the back of our mind, we're like, we're still the Kings, but it definitely feels good.
Leo, I got PTSD too, man. It's almost like I can't even say the word because I know if I say it, I'm scared I'm gonna jinx it. It's something so special, something us King fans haven't experienced in so long, something that we deserve, man. I think that I know you caught it, Leo. De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Moses on ESPN, Twitter's up and stuff like that. It's great to see us getting some recognition. It's not a lot, but I think the fact that we got light the beam chance in San Antonio and in LA, hey, we out here.
PJ Dozier extended to a second 10-day contract. That's interesting. I saw that coming just because, the length, the versatility was there before that huge knee injury that he had with the Nuggets. He would have gotten paid there if, when PJ was playing in that bubble, he was actually really solid. So I think they're betting on that and they're trying to see a little bit more. Obviously, like anybody else, it's hard to see it in garbage time. And then teams don't practice that much anymore. It's just because of the new NBA rules and like CBA, stuff like that. So I think they're intrigued, as I've said, as opposed to being so infatuated with the backup five because, like I said, whoever it is, they're going to struggle. First and foremost. But for me, it's addressing your wing versatility. Like the Kings don't have much wing depth, like actually good wing depth. So I would prioritize that, and I think that's where they're headed, with the second day contract. Like they want to see something there. So it does make sense to extend them for a second 10-day. Will he stick on to the team? Who knows, man? But we've seen him play, different positions. We've seen him have different roles on defense. I think they like that. Obviously, he has experience with Jordy, who was the associate head coach on this team and who also runs the defense. But, Ty, give me your thoughts on what you thought about Richaun Holmes tonight.
I almost shed a tear seeing vintage Richaun Holmes tonight. You know what I mean? Seeing him get gritty, seeing him, put his hands up straight up on defense, and then especially on offense, you know what I mean? Like these nights where he's shooting like damn near 80, 90%, these were common back in the day, you know what I mean? Because Richaun Holmes in that push shot was just magic. I think, to kind of touch a little bit on PJ Dozier, I think that he did definitely give Denver some good minutes in the past. I was actually surprised that he was kind of like a G League player. I thought he'd at least be like a, I don't know, eighth, ninth man on like a Houston or Detroit. Right. But with that being said, I think that, hey, I don't mean to, throw strays out there, but when you got KZ Akpala back there, I think you can kind of sign anybody on the street that's going.
Hey man, we like KZ out here. We just feel like KZ is a little bit green offensively still. I mean, he's 23 years old. He still got a lot to learn, but if you're the Kings, realistically, you should be playing him though. Just because you don't have anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we don't even really know what you really have. Like when he does get extended minutes, he's made an impact, and obviously he's an over-aggressive guy. You kind of have to be when that coach is saying, well, you might play 5 minutes. So he's like, F it, I'm gonna go in here and just try to just set the tone. So like when you have that mindset, again, that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's a different mindset of like, I'm just gonna play my heart out and just see where this goes, right?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, you hit it. You said it best. Like when you can't get that rhythm, especially as a basketball player, you know what I mean? When your role's inconsistent, you don't know what nights you are going to play, what nights you are going to play. I don't know. A lot of athletes will tell you always got to stay ready because you never know your opportunity. But with that being said, yeah, it's definitely a tough position to be in.
But it's also contingent like on other guys because Richaun or KZ, those guys aren't getting ISO plays called for them. So which means that you need other guys to produce and get high quality shots for you. So that's not just on you. You know what I mean? Like, so it's contingent on somebody else.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I think, yeah, you know what I mean? We saw Richaun Holmes, and I feel like he obviously had a looser string in the past. Or, I mean, not looser string. Looser leash in the past. And, it's tough, when you feel like you can't play as freely. You know what I mean? That's just kind of like a top and bottom type thing. I'm seeing in the chats some people talking about potential trade options. Leo, this is something I've wanted to get off my chest.
What you got?
At the end of the day, I agree. The Kings do need to make a move. But if they think that Mason Plumlee or Mo Bamba is going to take us from where we're at now to some next level, they're tripping, Leo. They are tripping. Because at the end of the day, hey, someone needs to clip this. Mason Plumlee? You really think Mason Plumlee going to change? You know what I mean? I think he might be decent off the bench, but at the end of the day, like someone that's giving you 15, 20 minutes, what's that really doing, Leo?
Well, he's not going to get you 15, 20 minutes. He's playing 20-plus minutes now, but again, in a reduced role, and that's my point. It's like I would love Mason Plumlee on this team, but the reality is he's not going to get those minutes because you're going to play Domas 35 minutes a night. And again, in theory, Mason is actually the guy that makes the most sense because of his experience playing in a split cut action type of offense where he's actually very good in DHOs. He's a solid playmaker, etc. He's not the defender he once was. He's on the older side of his career, but the Kings have to give up stuff for him. He's an expiring deal, which means he may not come back if you give up stuff. And then what's it going to cost you? And then again, my biggest thing is his success will be dictated on Malik Monk's success. Because Malik Monk, if he's having a good game, your backup is going to have a good game. If he's not, then we know that he's not going to either. Just look at Metsu tonight, -20. Malik Monk had a bad game. It makes sense. Like the backup five is truly is connected to the success of a Malik Monk because Davion Mitchell is not the point guard of that second line. I know Mike says he's ahead of the snake in the second unit. The reality is your best playmaker off the bench is Malik Monk. So yes. Whatever Malik Monk does, good or bad, you're going to see that reflect on your backup five. Whoever that is, whether it be Richaun, Metu, offensively. Defensively is where things get tricky, where I think we can all agree that Richaun hasn't been good when he's been in there, but at the same time, nobody's been good from the backup fives. Like, Metu's been atrocious. So, at least tonight, I saw Wayne Gabriel, G League player, no disrespect. I mean, great human being. Guys love him here. But Metu was making him look too freaking good. I mean, he was balling out. As soon as Richaun came back in the game, shut him out. Like there's levels to this. Like Richaun has done this before. So that's where I'm like, okay, it's cool to look for like other guys, but again, it's just a hard role to play, bro. Like the Kings should be focused on getting wings. You know what I mean? Like there's fives that can, kind of do the job for you. Like at the end of the day, Doma's still going to play big time minutes.
Yeah. We just need, I think we need players, we need those 3-and-D guys. The guys
That's
that,
right.
You can insert right into the lineup and, they can just basically fill any role, especially if they, end up maybe playing a couple of minutes with the starters. If that's kind of like the trade acquisition we need, I feel like that's the most versatile. I think, we got a variety of different trade targets at this deadline. I think it is really interesting, especially considering the West and how tight it is, what teams are really buyers and sellers. Leo, are you still firm on your opinion about, like, you think it's more likely that we don't make a trade at the deadline than we do?
It's just so tough. Again, and when we say this every show, it's because of the whole Kevin Huerter tie-up right now. We don't know how easy or if it's difficult or easy to call Atlanta and be like, okay, I'm going to unprotect this. Or at the end of the day, they have to accept the terms of a 2024 or a 2025. As of today, they can only offer a 2028. And if you're the Utah Jazz who is looking to trade a guy like Jared Vanderbilt, who would be just a heaven-sent type of player for the Kings, like a perfect fit on the Kings, the reality is the Kings don't have that first-round pick to offer because they have so many picks as it is. They don't care about 2028. They want a 2023, which next year's draft is loaded, and they want a 2024 pick at worst. So with that Kevin Huerter trade that's tying you up, they can't offer that right now. And that's what they want for a Vanderbilt who's 23 years old, on an expiring deal who's going to get 12 to it depends on the team and market, right? Like 12 to 15, I would say, is his market value, because anytime you're a 6'8" wing who can defend and rebound and play make a little bit, that's what you are, like 12 to 15 million. And if he can hit the three at a high rate, well, that jumps you up another $5 to $6 million. So, and there's room for growth for a guy like that. You, me, E-Man, Javi, we have plenty of conversations where, let's get Kuzma. I'm like, what's Kuz going to do on this team? He's a high volume type of guy, which I can show you guys right now. As a matter of fact, I can pull up the analytics on him and show you, okay, what.
Leo, tell him, what does Kuzma do that Malik Monk doesn't?
No, just go. What does Kuzma do that like Harrison Barnes doesn't? So Kuzma's a teardropper, and I would not say he's a playmaking whiz, okay? But, I mean, his three-point percentage right now, 53 percentile in the league, which is a C. Pull-up three, C+, right?
What's his usage rate?
His usage rate, let's see, Command F, Kuzma, 35, bro. He's a little bit under De'Aaron Fox, who was number one. That tells you a lot, though. Like, he's having
a lot. That's why I needed to know that.
Exactly. He's 35th. Like, he's not going to get these touches on the Kings in, like, this type of offense. Nope. And when you specifically look at his numbers, he's all C's across the board on threes. You got to be at least a B to be a starter on this team. And this type of offense where you got to shoot a three-point shot if you're a wing, if you look at his total oscillations per 75 possessions, he's at a 71 percentile, which is a B, barely making it. His total ISO impact per 75 is an F. He's in the 12th percentile. Now, let me read you what that means. That is the points scored from the perimeter isolation and post-up scoring chances the player had per 75 offensive possessions on the court above or below what would be scored on league average efficiency. What do I keep telling y'all? He's not efficient. He's playing on a bad team, and that is not a good thing. Now, he is doing a good job this year in isolation foul drawn rate, which is getting fouls, which is why he's averaging 20 plus. But again, he's 35th in isolation, which means he has the opportunities on that team that he won't have on this team. I mean, Domas is like 140th, Bo. Like, that's incredible how good he is, and like hardly having any usage rate. Like, he's 4th on this team. I think TD has a higher usage rate than Domas does. Like, that's crazy. That just shows how great this offense is, though. Who the hell changed this for me? Kyle, I'm gonna go Kyle Kuzma real fast and check his defense, okay? Kyle Kuzma.
Hey, Leo's breaking it down for y'all, man. At the end of the day, if you don't have the same opportunity, you're not gonna get the type of stats.
On ball perimeter defense, okay? B+. He's been solid. I'm not gonna lie. 77 percentile. Okay, that's fine. And the interior, I mean, this guy's a big guy. C-. Rims protect. I mean, he's doing a good job at percentage and rim shots contested, so that's good. Rim contest per 75, C+. That's not bad. I mean, the Kings are pretty bad defensively. Who is he guarding most of the time? He is guarding shot creators, athletic finishers. So that's a good thing. Let's look at Harrison Barnes, okay? So Kyle Kuzma is what? He is a B+ on defense, and he's all C's across the board on threes. Okay. Harrison Barnes. He's a putback boss, and he's a corner specialist, okay? This guy is all B's across the board. Openness rating when he's open because he gets good shots in this type of offense, A-. So there's a big difference here from Kyle Kuzma and Harrison Barnes. So let's look at his – what else did we look at? We looked at his ISO foul drawn rate. He's god-awful. He's a D-, which Kyle has been a lot good. But that's because you're not calling plays for him like that, like you've done in past years, right? Because his offense is different. And that's what I want fans to understand the show, to contextualize role optimization on this team. It's so different. If Domas is fourth or third on this team and he's putting up 18, 12, and 7, that should tell you how much ball movement there is on this team. Like, there is not a stopgap. There's no Marvin Bagley on this team, okay? So that's a good thing. I always got to throw some shade in there. If we look at his perimeter defense,
Marvin Bagley always catching space on the show, man.
There's a C+. So again, Kyle's been better on the perimeter. He's in the 56th percentile. If we look at let me see, his interior defense, roughly around the same. So as I told you guys, Kyle Kuzma is going to demand $20 to $24 million a year. I'm not willing to pay that man that type of money. I'm not, because he's not that much better than Harrison Barnes. Like, that's not a clear upgrade for me. And again, Ty's not the biggest Harrison Barnes fan, but he understands that Kyle Kuzma is a high usage player that's thriving on a bad team.
He's flashy. He scores a lot of points, but that's on high volume. And like, hey, Bradley Beal's missed a lot of time this year. Trust me, I know. I played fantasy, and Bradley Beal cannot stay healthy. So Kuzma's their number one guy a lot of nights.
Yeah.
Name me another guy on that Wizards roster that's taking shots, period. Will Barton, Monty Morris, Daniel Gafford. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's
Kyle
crazy.
Kuzma takes all the points. Hey, Leo, is my camera good right now?
You're good, bro.
Hey.
Oh, I like that.
Keep the beam
Oh, I like this. Keep it there. Keep it there. I like that. We lighting the beam, man. We lighting the beam. Guarantee Mason Plumlee doesn't want that role, man. He's playing for a new contract. If he plays 12 minutes, he'll never see anything over the mid-level again. So to our point, it's hard to play the backup 5 on the Sacramento Kings because Sabonis is just so freaking good. He's going to get most of the playing time. And if you plan on being an impact player in 6 to 12 minutes, it's truly hard to do that. Like, it's really hard to do that, man. So yes, Josh Richardson would be a good get. That's a wing who I like. That's, a guy off the bench that I can, fall in love with the idea of grabbing a guy like that. I think there are better options out there, but he's solid get. I mean, he's a good player. Give the Lakers young core horses time together on the floor. Russell Westbrook. Oh my God, Russell Westbrook's terrible. I mean,
hey, I wanted to bring this up, Leo. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it is frustrating to watch Malik Monk play. We saw tonight how he plays a little loose behind the back dribbles, getting picked and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also seen nights, where he's attacking the defense, making plays for everybody, and does well. But with that being said, I would 100% take watching Malik Monk over Russell Westbrook. My goodness.
Oh my!
It was
of
crazy
course.
the way that Kyle Draper
course.
was calling him out. It was insane. Like, this dude Westbrook was playing like he was at LA Fitness, throwing up air balls. How are you getting paid millions of dollars to throw up air balls?
Almost 40 to be, or 47 to be exact, or is it 37? I don't know. Over 30 million. That's a lot of money. I mean, this guy is bad. This guy is bad. Holy cow. Go get Josh Richardson and Rob Covington. Was there anybody on the Lakers that impressed you? Obviously, besides LeBron. LeBron's arguably the GOAT.
Yeah, I guess Wenyen Gabriel tonight.
Jesus Christ, that's bad.
I mean, it was looking rough out there. Like, I cannot think of anyone off the top of my head. Like, I guess you can throw Max Christie out there. He hit a couple clutch threes, but if you're looking at the box score, who's their second leading scorer? Westbrook on what shooting though? This dude is a joke.
Right, that is crazy, man. We got 96 people watching. We should have 96 likes, man. Come on, let's get the likes up right now. Give you guys some love and tell YouTube that you guys are enjoying this content. We're breaking down the analytics for you guys as well and the advanced stats, man. Kyle Kuzma, to me, is not the answer for the Sacramento Kings. If he's going to do something like that, I'd rather get a Deni Avdija, which we can look at Deni Avdija's profile here on Bball Index.
I don't know about that, Leo. That's a little crazy.
No, it's not because it's not because Deni Avdija is actually a good defender. Okay, he's 6'9". He's not a good shooter yet. Okay, his defensive impact right here, bro. A-.
Cowbell fans, drop in the comments who you'd rather have the Kings get, Kyle Kuzma or Deni Advia.
But
I think Leo is tripping.
Bro, really? On-ball perimeter defense, A+, 97th percentile. What do the Kings need, brother?
Hey, that's a good point. Okay, I don't got anything to say to that.
And he's a low usage player with upside on offense. I get it. He hasn't been good offensively. I thought he'd be a lot better by now, but it's hard on that team that's just full of guys that play like him. The Kings need some of those guys, you know, like they have Rui, who might get traded, Kuzma, Deni. They got what's his name from Gonzaga. Like there's 4 dudes on there who are playing the same position, and it's so hard to play. And again, rhythm and timing. Like those guys will get playing time here. So if we can get a guy with high upside in terms of offense, he's not good offensively now, but in this type of offense, the way he can cut off of Domantas Sabonis and play defense, you can truly fall in love right away and be like, okay, I'm convincing myself that Deni Advia at 23 years old could be that, or 22 years old could be that guy. He was that guy as a prospect. I loved him as a I loved him as a prospect. A lot of people loved him as a prospect. There is a lot of potential there still, and he's already a very good defender. A- defensive impact, 97 percentile on-ball perimeter defense. Man, you gotta love that. Steals per 75, B+. His ball screen navigation, A- in the 87th percentile. Bro, don't tell me that's not a great fit on the Sacramento Kings right now.
I'm not gonna lie; those defensive numbers did surprise me. But
they did. Is it because he's white?
That's true. No, it's not because he's white.
Okay. Because people say Euros don't play defense, and in this case, he's not technically. I mean, he's from Israel, but you get the point. Like that's what people see. He's a European guy. He don't play no defense. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just unfortunate, but that's just the reality of this whole situation. So I would love me a Deni Advia. He's gonna cost you a little bit less than what a Kyle Kuzma would demand from the Washington Wizards. Like that's what I'm looking for. A guy that I can grow in this type of an offense. Honestly, man, he'd be really solid in this offense. Like you're going to maximize him a lot more in this free-flowing offense that's ranked number 3 or 2, depending on the night. But man, I would love me some Deni Advia. Another guy that people have talked about in terms of defense is Matisse Thybulle. Okay, so let's look at Thybulle. Let's look at his defensive metrics. He's an F. He's an F with finishing.
He's Andre Robertson. Y'all know Andre Robertson?
Hey,
come on. Now.
Hey, but on this team though, I mean, he's 25 years old. He is a D+ 3-point percentage. His pull-up three is actually better. I'm sure it's on low volume though. As an A, that's actually pretty good. Catch and shoot is a D. Corner is a D. His openness rating is an A+, obviously, because everybody gonna leave him open. If we look at his defensive, so he's in the 83rd percentile. So Deni's actually a better defender on the ball than Matisse. Although I would still give him the edge just because I've seen Thybulle play at a super high level, at a historic level defensively. You know, these are the type of guys that the Kings should be looking at to upgrade and just add that depth. Some people say Cam, right? Cam Reddish. That's a guy that is just so full of question marks, who is not great defensively, who literally is not great defensively, but we can look at his stuff too.
I would have liked
Cam Reddish
last year. You know, we weren't really on much last year. Got Cam Reddish for 1 second round or 2 second rounders.
Defensive impact F. Okay. He is on ball. I mean, he's not bad. He's a B+, 79 percentile. But where he struggles, let me see what. I mean, he's not bad at all actually. Interior, he's C's all across the board. It's just his impact again. He's not great there. He definitely has the tools to be really good without question. But again, does he move the needle for the Sacramento Kings? They're looking for a second-round pick there. They just don't want him there. who's taking that risk? Like, if we got him today, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. But does that solidify you as a top 4 team? No. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things.
If Cam Reddish, what is Cam Reddish's real, I guess, ceiling if he were to come here in a Sacramento situation, being a good backup wing, which we need, right? But I think realistically, we saw, ups and downs with him in Atlanta. He's clearly not wanted in New York. Like, is this like the perfect situation for him to flourish? I don't know if I could say yes to that question.
Robert Covington is another name that people are saying in the comments. That's for my guy Patrick. D+, finishing C. B+ defensive impact. Okay, here we go. He is 32 years old. He's not playing much right now for a very deep team in LA. His 3-point numbers aren't great. Let me see what his perimeter defense is. A B-, so he's in the 63 percentile. Still better than a lot of guys on this team. So what would he cost you? I think the Clippers like the idea of having some insurance there, right, on their bench, just in case, the Norman Powells of the world, or, again, Kawhi, PG. Like, these are all injury-prone guys. So I think they like the fact that they have a nice insurance policy there. What would it take to pry a guy like that away? He would be, a nice bench depth type of guy for the Kings. He's not a guy that I'm like, okay, they're solidified. Like, a guy that I can say they're solidified, the OGs of the world, right? Like, that's a guy who's a defensive player of the year type of dude, who's 25 years old. But it's going to take a guy like Keegan to, like, even remotely start a conversation with Toronto. Multiple first-round picks. It's going to be really hard to get a guy like a OG. It's super unrealistic at this point, in my opinion. But, one can dream. One can dream.
I read online, Leo, that in order to get OG, rumors are saying, they want a DeJounte Murray-like package. I feel like if that's what's on the table, I mean, it's hard not to take a close, hard look at that, because I think it was Danilo Gallinari, cash considerations, and 3 unprotected firsts. Obviously, it's complicated with the Kevin Huerter thing, but
yep.
I think that's something, if it's on the table, we should look hard at.
Well, I'll say this. If that's on the table, so he's making about 17, 18. So if he can get, not like a Harrison, or okay, keep a Harrison Barnes, keep a Keegan, right? And then add an OG by giving up, like, say, like a Richaun, who's like at 11, 12, and then you add like a TD just to match salaries, and you give up 3 unprotected firsts. That's a move that's going to literally solidify you as a top 4 team. Like, that would be insane, because now Keegan's coming off the bench. Yep. So now you got a sniper coming off the bench. Or I mean, I don't see Harrison coming off the bench, even though I would bring him off the bench. But now you start Harrison, OG, Sabonis. Literally, OG is like the perfect player for the Sacramento Kings, right? Not high usage, can potentially get you anywhere from 15 to 20 a night, play elite defense, put him on the other best player, and call it a night. Like, that's how valuable a guy like that is on the basketball team. Like, that would be incredible. So if something like that's on the table, you got to look at it, right? Like, you got to look at that 100%. But I feel like the Raptors are going to want one of the actual young assets on this team, which is going to be Keegan, because I don't see them wanting Davion, if I'm being honest with you guys. Metu was annoying to watch. There was like 3 plays on this game where he just watched the opponent get it off. I mean, I was saying that, but then everybody on Twitter was talking shit about Richaun Holmes. And I'm like, are you guys watching the same game that I am? I appreciate you, Louie, for that one. I appreciate you, Louie.
I think another thing to consider with the trade deadline approaching is McNair's contract extension. What's the deal with that, Leo? You get any inside scoop? Is it leaning towards an extension?
Well, Mark Stein came out and said that it's going to happen this year. When is it going to happen? I don't know. It's a bad look for it not to happen, especially now that they're getting a little bit of national recognition and the Kings are a top 3 offensive team. Like, this should happen as soon as possible. What's holding it back? Just the optics of it, whether you're a McNair fan or not. The optics of the optics says that you got to do it because he hired Mike Brown. And if he, at least to like a 3-year deal, at least at the bare minimum, you give him a 3-year deal and you just continue to let him do what he's done. He's made some dumb moves, but he's made some really good moves. And I'm obviously a McNair fan. Like, they got to do it. They have to do it, man. If Keegan's getting 6+ rebounds per game, would that make him a great starter? I mean, yeah, he's going to be a starter for a long time. I don't know. On this team, he has to start no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's nobody else. Get someone with star power and playoff experience. Call on DeRozen. DeRozen, y'all know I love me some DeMar DeRozen on this team.
Hey, what would you give up for DeRozen?
Man. It's hard. Obviously, you're going to have to give up something. He's on 2 years left, right? So it gives you a 2-year window to try and maximize his team. He's not great defensively. Actually, let's
say Chicago calls and they go, we'll give you DeMar DeRozan right now for Keegan Murray. What do you say?
I mean, he's gonna have to be more because like he makes 27. So
right, well, Keegan Murray and salary, like the TVs or something.
So he's an A+ finishing, A- playmaking, defensive impact B-, offensive impact A+. All sounds like amazing on the Kings, right? Especially if he buys in. But his 3-point, obviously D. His pull-up 3 is a A-. His catch and shoot is an F. His corner 3 is a D. He's not a guy who's gonna take a lot of threes. We know that. His movement attack rate is an F. But obviously, when you play on the Bulls, that's gonna happen. Like a lot of these numbers are gonna go up for DeMar if he played on the Kings because he's gonna be doing a lot of cutting. They're gonna be screening a lot for him to get into like the paint and then shoot his mid-range shot. What I'm looking forward to looking at is his perimeter defense, which has been really bad. It's a C-. It's in the 43rd percentile. He needs to be better. He has the ability to be better, but he hasn't. So his loose ball rec rate is an A-, which is good. His interior defense is all C's across the board, but just his offense, right? Like when you look at his playmaking talent, A-, the 88th percentile. If you look at just his finishing, A+, shot making at the rim, A. I mean, this guy is just an offensive hub, and the Kings could maximize him a lot better and be more efficient on this team as well. So I would love something like that, but if they said, give me Keegan Murray and salary, are there picks? Is it 1 pick? Is it 2 picks? How many picks?
No picks.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Oh. Oof. Back against the wall, I say yes.
Because hey, Cowbell Kingdom fans, drop a comment. Would you
I'm
get
saying yes.
DeMar DeRozan for Keegan Murray?
I'm saying yes, but I'm going to ask for Caruso in that deal.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm going to add Caruso to that deal, because I want that like insane bench piece that's going to play a lot of minutes on this team. That's going to bring the defensive toughness that this team needs. And if they want a first-round pick, with other salaries, how you make a deal like that happen, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces. It's not going to be easy because he does make 27 plus whatever Caruso makes. That's a deal that you're like, I'm going for a championship this year and next year. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like what the Niners did with CMC. I'm going to put all my chips in and then be like, we going for the ring this year. And if they do that, I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not mad because how many... Like, you know how hard it is to make the championship? Just ask the Phoenix Suns, right? Like, that's the type of opportunity that we're talking about here, where the West is wide open this year. That's a type of move that can literally exponentially catapult you to the championship. Now, will you win it? It's freaking hard because you got the best teams in the East. But just the fact that you can make the finals, what does that do for this city, man? You know what I mean? Like,
hey, DeMar DeRozen, he has playoff experience. I know he's not the best three-point shooter, but I think he has the opportunity to get a guy of his caliber. What would you say DeMar DeRozen is, like a top 30 player?
Oh, without question. Top
20? You give him top 20? That's a little tough.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, last year he was top 20, but I think overall, he's in discussion. It depends on how you grade players, but he's definitely in that discussion. Do you think he's better than Pascal Siakam?
I think I'd just prefer Pascal Siakam because he's younger.
Yeah, I mean, he is younger. I mean, he's 28, 29, somewhere in there. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation to have. I'm like, okay, DeMar, Keegan, like I love Keegan, but it's DeMar DeRozan. I mean,
DeMar DeRozan.
It's DeMar DeRozan.
Talking about blowing it up over there, like, you mean to not tell me you wouldn't want the number 4 pick in the draft that's been playing real good this year?
Yeah, facts. Someone saying Kuzma marketing. Come on, man. I mean, it's without question marketing. And marketing would be an amazing fit with Sabonis. Holy cow. like that guy would be crazy. Honestly, if the target a big, it should be Nick Richards over Plumlee. Richards is already excelling in 13 minutes a night on the team that runs a ton of dribble handoffs, still hoping for Holmes to step it up. I'm assuming he said that. Okay, so Nick Richards is a guy that I've heard other people say that.
I do like Nick Richards.
Okay, so Ty likes Nick Richards. Damn it, we need a KD take this to the next level. I mean, KD's always hurt, but yes, in theory, on paper, KD would take this to the next level. You don't trade Holmes unless you get someone who really wants him for some reason, and we get some nice returns. Chris Duarte, I would love me some Chris Duarte.
What's going on with Chris Duarte? Like,
he's always injured. Yeah, he's
coming off injury, but like, dude, he was just doing good recently.
Last year. So his rookie year, before his injury, he was freaking killing it, right? All 3 levels scorer. Obviously an older guy. He was like 24 as a rookie, so he was really NBA ready. But these injuries have been nagging. They've effed up his whole timing and rhythm on his team. They have a really nice rookie there. Buddy Hield's playing out of his mind as well. So it's been hard for him to really catch some rhythm there and like catch high level minutes. But a new type of scenario for him, Chris Duarte could be real nice on his team. I'm just saying. Can we look at Jeremy Grant? I mean, he's not going nowhere. The Blazers,
they locked him up.
Yeah, like
we had our chance and now it's gone.
I think Richardson and Nick Richards would be perfect roles for this team. That's solid. That's solid. I want Grant, but he's probably staying in Portland. I think Chris Duarte would be nice. Davion put none in jail. Yeah, he did. And he got a nice little block there. I think Max Christie has some potential. I actually like what I saw from Max Christie today. And I like what I've seen from him like every time we face him this year.
Hey, let's keep it real. All these nobodies have their best game against the Kings.
Facts. Good. Deni is elite. I love Deni in the draft. Deni could work nicely. Keegan develops into the scorer he was in college. Deni could be what we want out of a KZ like Paula, begging Monty to.
That was good.
Yeah, begging Monty to call the Knicks about Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a guy who I would love. Isaiah Hartenstein's on a friendly deal, about $8-9 million per year. He's solid as hell as a backup 5. Could get you some starter minutes as well if Sabonis misses. That's a solid basketball player right there. Obviously, for my guy, Cannon Robb.
You like Isaiah Hartenstein over Mason Plumlee?
I think they're like 1A, 1B. Obviously, Hartenstein's younger, so I would have to give him the edge there. But Isaiah Hartenstein is for like the GM's value. Fans don't value guys that don't put up box score numbers or that don't have high potential. Like it's crazy to say, but fans think that Cam Reddish is better than Isaiah Hartenstein, which is fucking ludicrous. Like it's insane, but that's what narratives and what perceptions are in the casual type of world. but that's far from the truth. Like, in terms of impact, Isaiah Hartenstein is a good basketball player that's ready to make an impact now. Now, if we talk about upside, well, duh. I'm obviously going to go for Cam, but the Kings, these upside stuff, bro, like, the Kings got to win now. Like our mindset has shifted. You know what I'm saying? Like we're looking for guys that can impact now. Not tomorrow, not next year, not 5 years from now, today. There is a window of opportunity, and the Kings got to seize the moment, man. That's all I got to say.
You ask those fans in Golden State, bro, they'll ship off Moses Moody.
Hell yeah, they will.
Wiseman in a second. I don't care how young they are.
Nobody cares how young they are. Crazy stat. The Kings would have to go 5-35 to beat at least last year's record. Absolutely insane turnaround. That is insane, bro. Holy cow. Good stuff there by NorCal.
Give him his extension.
Oh, man. Kings not really in a position to be trading away picks. Cody Martin and one of the McDaniel twins. That's solid. Y'all know I love the Martin twins. Those are solid basketball players right there. My offseason pursuits: Jeremy Grant, Harrison, Deni, Rui, Jaden, Jalen McDaniels. So yeah, one of the McDaniels brothers. Deni has a stretch of basketball where Kuzma was out and he balled out. They cut him his minutes when Kuzma came back. That's my point. Like Deni has high upside offensively, and he's already a very good defender. I'm gonna go for a guy like that who's 23 years old, man. Sadiq Bey is another guy. That's another guy. Cam Reddish just doesn't put the defensive effort. He don't try. And that's why Tibbs don't want to play him, because they have guys like Quentin. The hell is his name?
Grimes.
Quentin Grimes. Like, Grimes is freaking solid. You know what I'm saying? Don't trade with good organizations. We need to trade more with teams like Atlanta, who part players for cheap. We stole a herder. But see, I'm not a big fan of John Collins. So if you're alluding to that, I'm not a John Collins fan. He makes $25 million. Now, let me ask you, Ty, what does he do well?
Cam Reddish?
No, John Collins, because I don't know what he does really well.
John Collins is a rich man's Chemezi Metu.
I mean, what does he do? He's not good defensively. He's not, like, $25 million. Like, that hurts your salary cap. Like, that's crazy to me.
Like,
he's a good player for like $14 million per year, but $25 million is like literally it's just handicapping you to like not surround your guys with like better players. I'm sorry. Like he's not elite at anything. Rim running, I guess.
He's an undersized small. I mean, I feel like he's not a real small forward. I feel like John Collins, he can't shoot very well. He can jump, but defensively, it's not like he's sliding his feet. Like, he might get some blocks off of some help defense, but just like you said, $25 million, I'd much rather take a Sadiq Bey and his contract and his upside than John Collins.
Yeah, give me like a guy that's making about $16 million 3-and-D, and then like another guy that's like $11 million, which would put you at that pretty much. Would you trade for Lonzo at the moment? No. I'm the biggest Lonzo fan, but we don't know what's up with his career. Even LaMelo, who just got hurt again. I feel so bad because they've all been crazy injuries. Like, the guy stepped on his ankle. Then the one before, like, he ran into the fan. Those are just miscellaneous weird things. You know what I'm saying? Like, just weird things.
Hey, you know what? I think, definitely hope for the speedy recovery of Lonzo. But, hey, if there's any Lakers fans on here, that boy Fox, he way outplayed Lonzo in his career. Let's bring that up.
Fact.
Would you say that Fox was the second best player in that 2017 draft behind Jason Tatum?
Donovan Mitchell, bro.
Oh, Donovan Mitchell. Okay.
Yeah. He's number 2 for sure.
You taking Fox or Bam?
Oof. Okay, so we got Fox, Bam, Mitchell's 2, Tatum obviously 1. Yeah. Who else in that draft? Allen's in that draft. OG's in that draft.
OG is in that draft.
Kyle Kuzma in that draft. Yeah, it's definitely between Bam and. Or are we missing somebody?
Lauri Markkanen's in that draft.
Oh shit, Lauri's in that draft. I'm not taking Lauri over Fox, but I'm not taking Lauri over Bam either. But he's definitely in the discussion.
Hey, you know who else is in that draft?
Oh.
Harry Giles, man. Shout out to Harry Giles.
Oh man, shout out to Harry Giles, bro. Shout out to Harry Giles.
Shout out to Harry Giles.
I think if you put success first, then you got to put Bam, and then talent wise Fox. But I'd say Bam today just because of the success accolades. But Fox is so good. Y'all know I'm like the biggest. Like I'm the one guy in the media that was like, don't give up on Fox. Like Fox needs stability. Fox needs a half decent coach. He finally got that, and now you're seeing this incredible version of him, right? So, yes. Jonathan Isaac is.
We don't need any more question marks, Leo. This guy's not gonna play until 2029. Come on, man. Somebody with some stability around here.
He said Isaac is a dark horse. He's played three G League games now and looked really good. Obviously, before his injury, to be fair, before his injury, he was amongst the elite defenders in the NBA. Where is he now? He hasn't played in 2 years. Now, if I forget what his contract is, but man, like that's a guy that you're taking like on the second round pick, and you're giving them like TD and Alex Len, right? If you do something like that, if I don't know what his salary is, but if you do something like that, then you got to take the flyer because of his upside defensively and everything. I mean, I'm a big Isaac fan, but he hasn't played in 2 years. So to Ty's point, it's very risky. I like this one. Lonzo's career might be over, like it's a touch and go supposedly. Jesus, that's tough. Lonzo started running again. I honestly don't think the Kings are in the positions to make a huge splash. Peripheral moves seem more appropriate. Yeah, so like smaller type moves right now. Because they do have money in the offseason once Harrison's money comes off the board. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, though. So, and then if they get a good like playoff spot, they make some noise, maybe somebody takes the money. Maybe.
You think the Kings should re-sign Harrison Barnes?
I want to see what my options are. Like if I can get Vanderbilt like at 14 and like another 3-and-D guy for like 10, I would rather do that, get like a 2-for-1 than like a Harrison Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know me, Leo. I know Harrison Barnes has had a good January, but I feel like re-signing Harrison Barnes is like, you know what I mean, plan C, not even plan B. It's plan C. I mean, I'm down to run it back if we have to.
Yeah.
Just like you said, getting a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. I'm trying to think of other.
Bay, Sadiq Bey or Duarte for you?
I'd probably take Sadiq Bey just because Duarte's been so injured, and like people are saying that like he's like worth a second round pick now. Like this guy like doesn't even play anymore. This is what I'm hearing. This is all the narratives that I'm hearing. I feel like Sadiq Bey. What is weird is the fact that, you know, is he still coming off the bench for Detroit? I know he's kind of like up and down minutes wise, but I mean, we've seen Sadiq Bey drop a 50 piece. I don't think we've ever seen Chris Duarte do something like that.
I'd rather throw Keegan for OG. So obviously, I would rather have OG than DeRozen. I don't want things to be like, oh, Leo said.
Yeah.
I love DeRozen, but if I can get OG, that's my number one target. Obviously, Toronto is being very stingy, as they should. I mean, this guy's on an $18 million, $17 million. It's the most friendly contract in the NBA for what he's outputting, which is freaking crazy. And he has 2 years left on his deal. Yeah, I would be asking for a lot if I'm Toronto. So, yes, we give up Murray, then we don't win a title in 2 years. Then what? Then you imagine this. Would you trade Murray for 2 final appearances? Yes or no? Drop in the comments below, and please don't say no. If someone can say, if you get DeMar and you get back-to-back chances to win a championship, Please enlighten me. Enlighten
Honestly,
me.
even if we just made it to the Western Conference Finals 2 straight years, I'd be fine with that.
Like, what are we saying? What are we saying right now? This offense won't hurt him with Fox. See, that's the thing. It's like DeRozen would have to be optimized the way Harrison has been, because Harrison was a guy that you call plays for. You run some one-on-one stuff for him last year and the last 3 years, right? Now you're seeing a different version, and it took Harrison, 2 months to really understand what the Kings needed. Now, will there be a transition phase for DeRozen? Absolutely. That's with any player, right? But if Harrison can do it, DeMar can do it, because DeMar wants to win, and that's just a fact.
If you look at DeMar in the Kings system, you know what I mean? I think, he probably isn't as fast as Fox, but just the fact that he's more of a slasher and gets downhill, I don't see why he can't get a lot of easy baskets, especially going towards the rim. I mean, we've seen him dunk on people. We've been seeing Fox dunk on people. I mean, it could be a good opportunity for DeRozen, to take some of the focus off of Fox and maybe get some buckets.
Oh, this is good, bro. Who is better between Jimmy Butler, Siakam, and DeMar?
Right now?
I'm going to say Jimmy Butler won.
Yeah.
I guess Siakam and DeMar.
I think what the real question is, and I don't even know why I get slandered for this. Y'all taking Jimmy Butler or Paul George?
And the playoffs or in the season?
In general, who you want on your team, Jimmy Butler or Paul George?
That's tough. If you say playoffs, I'm going to say obviously Jimmy. But if you say just in general, then I guess PG because he's younger. But I think Jimmy Butler just has a different gear in the playoffs. That's just top. He's top 5 impact. You know what I mean? He makes you so much better in the playoffs. It's incredible. That type of switch that turns on for Jimmy Butler. It's freaking amazing. He does this every year, I feel like.
This is not a hot take. Jimmy Butler is better than Paul George. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I mean that's
finals.
That's not a hot take at all, bro. I mean, some people gotta put some respect on that dude's name. Jimmy Butler is a freaking animal.
And hey, come on, man. Jimmy Butler's done some crazy things. He was one shot away from the finals in Philadelphia, and he ran the Timberwolves out of the gym with third stringers. Come on, man. He's the real deal.
That's a good one. The rich man's Metu. I'm weak. That was a good one, bro. What do you guys think about Rui? Wizards are looking to clear him before, and they want to re-sign Kuzma. That's my point. If you get a guy like Rui, that team is full of guys that the Kings need. A bunch of bigger wings. You have to inquire. Obviously, what will it take? Who knows? McCraft says Bay is trash. He's just as bad as Collins. I want neither. I would want Bay over Collins if obviously he's making a lot less. Fox is third, to be honest. He just can't get an all-star because the West is stacked on the guards. Okay. Laurie's in this draft. Obviously, Fox better in my opinion. Jeezy, yes, Mr. Harry Giles, Tatum, Mitchell. So he got Tatum, Mitchell, Fox, Bam, Laurie, Allen, OG. I'm going to put OG over Allen. So, I mean, I want to put Fox over Bam, but we have to be realistic here, man. Bam has done some crazy-ass things already in his career. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, though, Bam's not a... I feel like Bam's not a Batman, though.
You're saying he's more like a Wanda?
Yeah, he's not your best player. I don't think he'll ever be your best player. I mean, obviously he's in Miami, so it's different. But
you're saying he's like your third best player?
I think he could be your second best player. He could be.
But you're saying more. But you're saying more third?
Yeah, I just feel like, you know what I mean, in comparison to Fox, Fox is he is your best player on your team. I feel like you put Bam on a different, you shove him into a different lineup. Are you saying that he's your best player and you're gonna run your offense through him?
Yeah, it's tough. Isaac is making $20 million per year. Damn. Is he on can y'all check if he's on an expiring deal or not? I take 2 chances for finals, but DeMar doesn't do that for us, in my opinion. Does DeMar and the Caruso do that for you, though? I think DeMar and the Caruso does that for you.
I feel like...
at least it gives you a strong chance to be in the Western Conference Finals.
That's true.
Like I think Caruso is so good, man. Like the things he does on the court is just all the little things that don't show up on box scores, defensive impact, offensive impact. He'd be huge on this team. He's like what Davion and Vince said this. He's what Davion strives to be in the future. Like Caruso. Big offer for OG Murray and Barnes in the pick if they ask for it. That's a win-win now move.
It's looking like 3 picks. 3 picks. I'm sorry, Jeff.
It's tough. It's tough. DeMar can't space the floor. See, I just don't agree with that, man. I feel like he has so much offensive gravity because he's such an elite mid-range shooter. And when people say, "Oh, they're just gonna," so I made that breakdown. And if he's sitting in your corner, that's what I'm saying. Like the Kings have so many options on the weak side. Like if there's one team that moves on the weak side now, it's the Kings, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. On top of that, what people aren't taking into account is, as I showed you guys, he's a A- playmaker. I mean, it's on the screen. He's such an underrated passer that he would fit in so nicely on this team. And when Fox has his off nights, which has happened, guess who's going to pick up the slack? Another guy that can put up 30 a night. Like, that's such an invaluable thing in the NBA for a guy to be this good offensively to say, well, he can't shoot. But it's like, how are you maximizing DeMar DeRozan? And this type of offense, I swear to you guys, he's going to make so much more sense. So much more sense with a guy like Sabonis, who's going to open him up even more with the screens. I mean, you put him in the pick and roll with Sabonis, what are you going to get, bro? Now that Fox is hitting shots from beyond the arc, so, like, it's not like, I don't think it works if Fox don't hit that shot, right? But now that he can hit the three, now with DeMar makes more sense, if that makes sense to y'all.
Hey, Leo just broke it down for you. He's preaching to the choir. Just imagine that.
Right.
Fox comes down. Boom. Layup. Sabonis. Handoff. DeRozan dunk. We're just taking
handoff to DeRozan, though. Like, imagine all the space he has going downhill. He's an A finisher. Oh my, he gonna yak it on your head every time. What are we talking about here?
Must see TV.
Oh, and that's the thing. All you think about is perception-wise, oh, he can't shoot. But it's like, how can I optimize him better? He does everything better. He attacks the rim better than Harrison Barnes. He's a better scorer, mid-range shooter than Harrison. He's a better passer than Harrison Barnes. He's not a better defender than Harrison Barnes. Okay, I'll give you that. But the fact that he can output so much value offensively, that is crazy to me. Like that's crazy. Isaac has 2 more years after the season. Jesus, that's a tough pill to swallow. I think I'm going to stay away from that. Does Jimmy Butler on this team make you... Okay, so questions for you. Does Jimmy Butler on this team get you to the finals?
Yes, without a doubt.
Okay.
I think that Jimmy Butler would basically give us kind of what Harrison Barnes is giving us right now, but even to a better degree, I think that Jimmy Butler, even when he's not scoring the game, he just impacts the game so well. The fact that he plays defense like crazy, rebounds the basketball, can facilitate and play make, man, that'd be like a lovely sight to see. If you really think about it, in terms of talent-wise, where we would match up against other teams, right? You got the Denver Nuggets up there, and then we got Fox, Jimmy Butler, Sabonis. That matches up well with the Nuggets starting lineup. And then you think about the Grizzlies, like, man, the reason why, what is our series against the Grizzlies here? Aren't we like 1-1?
They're up 2-1.
They're up 2-1. Looking at us and how we match up against them, it's like, man, sometimes I feel like some nights we don't have any answers for Desmond Bane, you know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes Dylan Brooks has a night. So if you insert a guy like Jimmy Butler that can come in,
Facts.
block a guy, you know what I mean? It opens up a lot of opportunity for, other
He's a
players on the
dog.
team.
He's a dog. Yeah. Like, he's just a dog.
It's a dirty work.
How many wins does DeMar give you over Harrison Barnes? That's a fascinating question. I think DeMar DeRozan solidifies you as a top 4 team right now, and we're all celebrating together, right? Like we're all excited. They're number 3. I still think they're a fake number 3 in the sense that I think the Pelicans are better if they're at full strength. I think the Nuggets are better if they're at full strength. I think the Grizzlies are better if they're at full strength. I think the Clippers are better if they're at full strength. I think the Warriors are still better if they're at full strength. So I mean that's 5 teams right there. So when I say a fake 4, a fake 3, let's celebrate. And again, injuries are part of the game, but I'm saying if everybody's at full strength, that's where DeMar DeRozan like puts you like right there. I'm like, okay, now I'm a real number 4. Now I'm a real number 3 type of team. That's what I mean by that. How many more wins? It's so hard to say because these other teams that I think are better do have injuries. So that has to be taken into account as well. Maybe like 7 more wins. 7 more wins.
I'd say 10 more wins.
Yeah, I'd say 7.
Some nice and close the game.
Would you sign Dylan Brooks in the offseason if Memphis don't pay him? Yes or no?
How much? What's he demanding?
Yeah.
If he's demanding 20 plus, like I don't know.
Yeah.
15 plus.
I would say 16 per. Is 16 per fair?
Yeah, 16. I feel like he's probably more in the 18 though. To be honest,
if he's 18, I don't want him. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things.
Yeah, exactly. Like 15, I'll take him, but 18 is a little much.
Another great point here. DeMar would take the best defender off of Fox too. So that's what I'm saying. So now a defense has the game plan for Fox or DeMar. So that either one or the other is going to have like a lesser defender, which is crazy to think. Like there's just so many positives to adding an elite scorer next to Fox and Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes so much sense. For the Grizzlies, it's Jaren Jackson. Got to find someone who can minimize his impact on both ends. He's so freaking good. That's why I had him number 2 on my big board in 2018. People laugh when I say he was the best big man. Now everything's coming to fruition. Like he is the best big man in that class. Better than Aiden. Obviously, I didn't want to mention the other guy. He's better than Wendell. The other guy, MB3. But damn, Jaren Jackson. With Jaren Jackson, it was always injuries. Like we always saw his impact. Marvin Bagley was injured too, but we never saw an impact. I'm just saying. Clippers are the best team.
Did someone just say the Clippers?
Clippers are the best team.
They don't play in the regular season, and they don't play in the playoffs, man. The last 2 years, there haven't been anybody. I've heard all the hype this offseason about John Wall. John Wall's not even in the lineup anymore. I just feel like saying the Clippers are healthy is like so unrealistic because they're never going to be healthy.
Yeah. If they're healthy, yes. But that's such a big if. As I said earlier, like you have to take that into account. It's such a big if. So, yeah, it's tough for them.
I was just talking to my friend, Leo.
Yeah.
Are you buying this Nets hype?
If they're healthy?
I guess, but even if they are healthy, it's like, I mean,
they're pretty good if they're healthy, but they're not. That's another team. It's like they're injured again. Yeah, I know I love Ben Simmons. So either way, it's like KD, Kyrie are just special. Ben Simmons is special in his own way, and if he's used as a third option, y'all saw what they were doing. Like they were winning games when they were all healthy. So it's hard, man. Like I think they're a piece away from being like really special.
I think the Nets are overhyped. I think KD cannot stay healthy, even though he is one of the best players in the league. Kyrie's been playing pretty well, but at the end of the day, you got guys like Royce O'Neal who've been playing out of their mind lately. Nick Claxton's actually been pretty good, but I feel like the Nets, man, I don't think they're anybody to be really taken seriously. I'm still taking the Celtics, obviously. I'm still taking the Bucks, obviously, and I'm even taking Philly over the Nets. That's how I feel.
How much does a lower level ticket for round 1 go for you think? I say minimum 700, probably.
Ooh-wee. Leo, I'm gonna have to tap in with you.
Barnes' value is highest it's ever been since he's been on the Kings. Expiring contract, gotta move him and get a win now piece. No peripheral moves. Get DeMar. I love that for Jeff W. Paper Bagley. Chicago ain't taking the Barnes for DeMar swap. We would need more. That's true. I mean, it would take more than that. I buy Deni being a massive pickup for this team. He'd have the Doug Christie impact for this team. RP there, man. So let's let's take a look at some of these highlights real fast. Let me put Ty up here as well. Light the beam. Let's see if somebody else spoke today, or who else spoke today. Let me see. Videos. Richaun. Let's take a look at what Richaun had to say. It's 2 minutes long.
The chain heavy, dog. They might not get this back.
The chain heavy.
Rich, I guess I'll just ask for your thoughts on this game and then the effort that it took to win with Domas out and the opportunity you had to step in there and do what you did tonight.
It was a great team win. Like I said before, Domas isn't a guy you can just replace with one person, especially what he brings to this team. So we wanted to just kind of step up as a committee. I feel like everybody stepped up who played. And, I just wanted to go out there and control the glass as much as I can. Bring the effort, bring the energy, and, just do what I could to help us win, honestly.
What does it mean to you personally to have a moment like this, given, just sort of the up and down nature of things over the last year or so?
I mean, it's just a great opportunity, to still call myself a professional basketball player, still get an opportunity.
Facts.
Go in the gym, work out every day, continue to try to get better, even when things aren't going, as good as I want them to. You still have the opportunity. And just want to continue to work, continue putting the effort and energy behind it. And like I said, the rest can take care of itself. I was happy I was able to contribute tonight, happy we was able to get a win as a team. And, it's a very, very good win tonight.
What's the mood like in the locker room?
Everybody's hype. It's like I said, it's a great win. Hard fought. That's a tough team over there that we just beat. So, we had to come together to do it. It took a lot from everybody, and just happy we was able to get it done.
I mean, it's the Lakers.
What do you think was the key
Not
to,
that good.
to being able to get this done?
Just think after the first quarter, trying to protect the paint better. I think, especially the second half, we were communicating every single action, every down screen, every rip screen.
That.
We were on the string with each other, just knowing what we were supposed to be. So I think that was very, very key, especially in the second half.
In terms of the winning streak, that's the biggest one so far just because of the players you were missing?
I just think it's the biggest one because it's the next one. You know what I'm saying? It's the last one. Every game I think is the biggest game next. So we look forward to the next game, try to keep it going, and we win that one. That'll be the biggest win of this win streak. So I just think just the next game is the most important.
I mean, you guys have a long playoff drought, but with the win, you got up to third place in the Western Conference. You kind of feel like you guys are getting momentum as the season's going along?
I mean, we just want to stay focused, like I take it one game at a time. We all know, these fans, what they deserve to see. They deserve to see this team in the playoffs. And so that's our focus, but not just the playoffs, continue to get better and continue to see where this team can go. I feel like the sky is honestly the limit. So we just want to continue to take it one game at a time, continue to get better, and, we'll take it from there.
I love that, bro. I'm so happy for this guy. I mean, if there's a guy that deserves it from all the shit that he's been through in the last 18 months, it's Richaun Holmes, man. I mean, with the whole allegations of his ex-wife, took the kid away, then got the kid back. People don't understand how tough that is on your mental, to be accused of stuff that wasn't true. It's truly great for him to just have a little bit of success, even if it's just tonight, to just see that from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And my biggest takeaway was, I was actually really impressed about Richaun Holmes' answers and just how he was a true professional. Admitted that, there's nights that, he wishes he could play, but, he still stays ready and stays a professional. And I think that if you really look at the bigger picture, Richaun Holmes signed that extension. You would get a guy like Sabonis, who's your replacement, and he's still out here, working hard, and especially with how difficult the beginning of the season is, puts up a double-double tonight, and we do not win without his contributions. So shout out to Richaun Holmes, man. That was a true professional tonight, and kudos to him. I'm glad he got that defensive player of the game changer.
Oh man, what a night! So I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna bring on Tyson real fast. We're gonna end the show. Well, we're gonna end the show with some highlights. But hey, Ty, I appreciate you, man. As always, it's always a pleasure, man.
Thank you, Leo. Hey, and like the beam, baby. Let's
Hey,
get it.
I gotta get some of these, man. Send me a link to that.
I'll send you a link to that. Hey, like the beam. If y'all need a link to this, drop a comment. Drop a like, actually, huh, Leo?
Facts. I appreciate you, big dog. Great stuff there by Ty. I think I was hearing myself too. So, just what a night. Third place. Richaun Holmes is just, he's living in the moment right now. He's truly appreciating, the second opportunity, I guess, per se, first start of the year, halfway through the season or a little bit over it, and against the Lakers to get the number 3 seed. What an opportunity to seize the moment, and then to get the chain on top of all of that, to get the chain, like, that is big time, y'all. I'm very excited for the man, because I talked to the guy. I like to think that we have a great relationship. Love his brother, love his family. So to really see that, it makes me very happy. Like it truly does, man. What up, Tyson?
What's going on?
There you go. Got the headphones on. I like that. I got to tell Ty next time that he got to put the headphones on, because I was hearing myself. I'm like, damn it. But definitely, y'all. So good stuff there. Your biggest takeaways while I look for these highlights from tonight.
I honestly thought it was the offensive rebounding. The Kings had 14 offensive rebounds for 22 points, and they had 4 guys get over 3 offensive rebounds each. I mean, that's just huge.
Jesus, 4?
Bball with
14?
14 total, and 4 guys had over 3.
Is that Richaun too?
Richaun, Lyles, Barnes, and Metu, I believe.
Hustle, man. Hustle. It was those back taps, right?
Yeah, Lyles had like 2 on 1 possession.
Here we go. First play of the game. Dribble handoff to King James. King James gets to a spot. Easy money from King James. Jesus Christ. What did you see, though? Like, I was looking at Twitter, and I saw a lot of Richaun hate early. Why do you think that is?
It's probably just off what he's done lately, but I mean, tonight, I don't understand. Even early, like you said, when they took him out, I think he got taken out at like 4-minute mark in the first quarter. It was 17-16, and then the Lakers went on like a 12-2 run because, like you said, Wendy Gabriel, Thomas Bryant would just get dunked because Metu was out of position consistently.
So that was tough for me to be like, oh, they think he's playing bad, but we kind of saw in the plus minus what really happened. Here we go. It's Fox with the snake around. It was funny that Richaun was throwing up his arms like, nah, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Obviously, he's a guy that gets called a lot for these, right? So
they called him twice for 3 seconds tonight, though. Like, that is such trash.
And they called Harrison Barnes for 1?
They called Harrison on offense, Richaun on defense.
That's ridiculous. That's just a tough shot. That's great defense. Like, I'm gonna take that a lot of nights. Like, I rather have LeBron do that than drive.
Yeah, and the Lakers only hit 3 threes in the entire first half, and 2 of them were LeBron, and they've been 10.
Right. Here in transition, we see the Kings playing fast. I thought Kevin Huerter was really solid in terms of attacking the basket today, showing his other skill sets, right, which is not just spot up or like movement shooting, but he was passing, he was attacking, which makes him very dangerous. And again, to my earlier point, when you put Richaun around starter type players, you're going to get different types of results, right? It's just common sense.
I mean, yeah, because now he can make, it's mistakes you can overcome now.
And then LeBron doing LeBron things. I think, what happened there? I'm gonna see what Richaun's. Oh, so Richaun was guarding up here. So that's good that he was that he came down. I mean, what do you do? I feel like
Fox would have to jump that, and there's nothing you can do there.
Right. It's more Keegan rotates, right?
So
Which
Fox
is
would have to cut him off at that
so
point.
Fox has to cut him off here, and then Richaun has to kind of be more towards here, and he didn't. So yeah, it's just Fox not doing the early work at first, which I'm sure is going to get pointed out in tomorrow's film session. Like he has to go right away, right, and just put a body on him, like right away, because then.
You can't let him. Yeah.
But then LeBron would see that, and then he would kick out to Schroeder, which Richaun would be out of position as well. So either way, this is where the Kings got to work at, right? Like,
but yeah, I'd rather have Schroeder take a 3 than
100%. Right.
Yeah.
100%. Great point there. Let's see. Next play. Not sure I get a copyright for this shit. That's Richaun hustling there. Hustling and bustling, and then he got his glasses knocked off, and this is just Harrison Barnes has gotten so good.
3 and 1s tonight. Harrison had 3 and 1s.
What a move!
He's so good at drawing fouls. So good.
He is. He's good at that side step euro. Like he's really perfected that. I would say. Methodical. Yeah, like he's been really solid all season long. What is it? We probably need to be involved. Do without the hat looks like my childhood friend from Kansas. He's talking about you? Or is he talking about Ty? Our first quarters have been battle. Season feels, I think it's because we sub Fox early, 100%. I mean, the 6-minute mark garbage. It needs to stop. I hate it.
I was watching the Hawks do the same thing, but at least when they take Trey out that early,
they have DeJounte.
They just leave DeJounte in, so it's like you don't have Tyus Jones on this team.
Right. It says wish you go after Mason. Leo, do you have Sabonis as an All-NBA third? Yes, I do. I think Sabonis has been really good. And to my point, and to the post earlier, right, about the whole Charmeleon stuff. This isn't a slight or me talking shit about Sabonis, and I thought people took it well. They took it well everywhere. This just shows how great Joker is, right? Like
he's a savant. Like
yeah. Like we're talking about a guy that potentially won his third MVP. We're talking about a guy who was leading the NBA at the center position in the mid-range. Like it's not KD, it's not Chris Paul. Like it's Nikola Jokic, for peak's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like that's incredible, and that's something that Sabonis doesn't do.
And also to give context, Sabonis is third in the NBA in win shares. Well, guess who the only 2 guys above him are? Joker and Luka. So that tells you how good Sabonis is. He's third in win shares. Like what?
That's a great stat, Tyson. By the way, good stuff there. But so Luka, damn, that's crazy. Is he really third?
He's third.
Oh my god! And again, he's Charmeleon because there can't be 2 Charizards. And someone asked, who was it in the comments? Can Sabonis evolve to Charizard? And I said yes, but
so what's Joker, a Mega Charizard then?
Then I think he turns into a Mega Charizard at that point. If they're asking me, so context, if they're asking me, can he evolve to Charizard? Can he improve what he's doing? Yes, he's 26 years old, but Jokic is literally doing everything, and I feel like he can still get better at things that I don't even know what his weaknesses are, but if he does, he can improve them because he's improved everything every single year. So to your point, Tyson, he does become a Mega Charizard at that point. And then baby Charmander, my best friend, till this day, Charmander's still in my room. I still sleep with him. Big ass stuffed animal. I mean, y'all know how like I've had him since I was 5 years old. He's getting passed down to Baby Leo. Alperen Şengün is literally a combination of both of these dudes. Like, this guy is 20, won't turn 21 till July. This guy is as young as Tyson here. He is already triple-double, youngest ever. He's killing it the last 2 games. This guy has the potential, the upside, to be a Jokic one day. One day. Like, that's how good Şengün is. But at worst, because I called him a baby Sabonis. If he becomes Sabonis and he's third in win shares, that's a pretty good career.
Well, yeah, you still got a top 30 player.
Right. So, and for a guy that was drafted, 16th?
Yeah,
in Şengün?
I think it was even later than that. I think it was like 19.
It was no worse than 18. So 16 to 18, like, if you got a top 30 player and 16 to 18, you hit the jackpot, right?
Well, that's an understatement.
Well, Joker was a second round pick, so you really hit the jackpot there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of an anomaly.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, it's truly not. It's truly not. Let's continue here. Great and one there by Harrison Barnes. Here we see LeBron in the pick and roll. Okay, so right there.
That's Kevin's rotation.
Okay, so this is a good spot to like show what Richaun did or didn't do. So
that's all Kevin.
He's hedging. Okay, you have to step up for LeBron, right? So yes, to your point, if Kevin slides over sooner, maybe he takes a charge, or maybe he just probably takes a charge in a perfect world, because you want to allow Pat Bev to shoot that shot, please, right? And it's just fundamentals. I saw Fox flying that Pat Bev to like, bro,
oh my,
what are you doing?
Metu flew at Russ. Like, what?
Like, what the fudge? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
This guy's gonna airball it.
So that happened. So yes, that is definitely on Kevin. And it's cool to just slow that down, right? In transition, great pass by Fox to HB, and once again, classic Euro. And he missed it, but LeBron was out of position, and this guy just goes up with it. No motions lost. He said, "I'm gonna dunk it on your head, boy." That's vintage Richaun Holmes. That's vintage, like, quick jumper. You not blocking this. I don't care who you are. Like, that is vintage stuff there. Harrison Barnes, obviously, this dude can shoot. Lights out. Ba-bang. Talk about Keegan Murray, man. Like, what have you seen from him in the past month?
I've seen improvement on the little things that Mike Brown constantly preaches. You know, he's been on fire from 3 lately. I mean, he's over 40%. Yeah, if he can get 6 rebounds a game, be a little bit stronger defensively, I mean, that's all you can ask for.
Right. Max Christie is not related to Doug. Hopefully the NBA flexes in some games for us. We deserve it on national TV. Absolutely. We would love that, because they took away the Rockets game, which was real.
The Suns proceeded to get blown out by 40. So that's
right, which was a fun night actually, huh? Like, both games were actually fun to like some extent. We saw history with Şengün, and then the following night the Kings just went crazy. So yeah, we got so lucky in the first with offensive rebounds. We won 10-2 in the first. It was crazy. Good stuff there by Christine Baker. I think Tyson said we had 14 offensive rebounds, right?
Yeah, but they did have. I think they had 8 in one quarter.
Right.
The first.
I think that's what she's talking about there. Good stuff there by Christine. Great stat. Keegan, ba-bang. Here we go upstairs. Oh, LeBron playing some defense? What? Oh, my God. What a pass.
He threw that behind his head?
Yes, he did. And if y'all looked at my big board, I actually loved him coming out of the draft out of Oregon. And obviously, he got drafted to the Wizards. Did not have a... I feel like a lot of people don't have good courage with the Wizards, but...
No.
But this is what he did, though, in college. Like, very good playmaker. Now he's been shooting lights out as of late. And this pass shows what I saw on tape when he came out of Oregon. And, wow, that's really impressive there. So if he found a little niche for the Lakers, good for them, because this guy deserves it there, man. Great vision there, by the way. Malik Monk, great pass. And, you know, I tell Tyson this all the time. It's like, I love Malik, but the man has struggled. Like, he's truly up and down. Tonight, another bad game.
I think he needs... I just thought he played too much. He played too much one-on-one tonight.
Yeah.
He didn't let it come to him like he normally does.
I agree with that. But he's had those nights. He's just like, bro, like, you don't have to force it. A bad defense there. So let's take a look at that one.
Yeah.
So
Nunn's
right here,
an awful shooter this year though.
So we get a little dribble handoff. It's a switch. Metsu is pointing at him like, switch right away. He's being lazy right here, and he gets up a shot. Kendrick Nunn, yak it on him. So that pass, right? Like,
that's where Malik should have shot that one.
100%. Like,
he's got to get to the floater there.
Like, that's a floater.
Or look at Davion Mitchell. That's actually a cut by Davion Mitchell, who's also open.
Or right here, yeah. So I think Malik. I feel like Malik was pressed today, right? He was sped up.
He just got sped up. Yeah, he got sped up.
So that's that. Let me see. Russell, that was impressive. What wasn't impressive was the other one where he just bobbled and lost.
He tried to cross whoever that was over like 3 times and then just turned it over.
Here we go. Is it LeBron?
No,
that's Kendrick. Kendrick Nunn, bro. When he's healthy, he's actually solid. Like, he was solid for the Heat. But then this guy's always solid. Oh, this is the bank. This is the bank. Oh my god, I was like,
24-hour fitness bent rim. What is that?
Facts. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Malik. Okay, Malik.
Harrison just bye LeBron.
Jeez. Harrison Barnes. This dude.
Bye LeBron.
This guy. Holy cow. The NBA poses Victor Wembanyama more than the Kings. Facts. That's a fact. The city is going to be so lit once we get into the playoffs. Imagine Delco packed during the away games and super packed during the home. K-Street going to be busy. Oh my goodness, bro. It's going to be wild, dog. Like, it's already, the businesses there are already seeing the impact of the Kings. This is like the one city in the NBA where if the Kings are good, businesses just generally do good, which is insane to say because we're codependent on the Kings, which is sad because it's been 16 rough years. But if it heads into this upward trajectory, man, it's going to be a fun scene, man. It's going to be popping for sure. Okay, so again, kind of taking a little bit of pauses because, we're not trying to get no copyright. We probably will, though, because YouTube's such punks about it. LeBron James, one-on-one. Don't care. That's one of the offensive rebounds in the second quarter that Tyson was talking about. Oh, that was nice.
Tough finish.
LeBron had some tough defensive assignments. Here we go. LeBron is 300 away. Bad pass.
It's such a bad pass.
Okay, it's a bad pass. Pick and that's a ghost screen because it was more of a reject of a screen. He stops and he pops and he whoppa 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 whoppa. Wow. Good stuff there by Mr. De'Aaron Fox.
This is what I didn't like by Keegan, because he just gave him the baseline twice.
I see what you're
Russ
saying.
you got to force him back to the middle. Watch,
Right.
and then hesitation, and he just blows right by him for the baseline again.
Yeah, because then like Holmes, he's obviously like Holmes had to go back because if not, it was a dunk right here.
But Keegan got to cut that off.
Yeah, like right here, like cut him off and like force him middle, right?
Right. Like, you can't give him a straight line drive.
Jesus, yeah. And like these
His
are the
first
things that we're
step-
talking about with Keegan, right?
That's just like an IQ thing. Like, you
100%.
got to know who you're guarding. You got to know who you're guarding.
100%. 100%. Keegan needs to learn one-on-one HB.
Too small.
Oh, yeah. Dime. Bam. Here we go.
I don't know why the Lakers were switching their guards on the HB.
That's tough. Jeez. Fox is just so good, bro.
And one.
Like Fox is, and I love the fact that he's becoming more emotional now, which is good for like fan appreciation, league wide though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that generates excitement, because if he's more like Keegan, like no emotion, like, whatever, he's boring. But Fox is like, F this, like I'm him, like I'm this good, which he should be thinking that way. Oh, this is the one where I'm like, Fox, what the, like, why?
Oh my.
Why? No need to leave your feet, brother. None.
Oh my god. That is so bad.
Bro, this is when I end the stream right here, bro. I'm just like, really? Like, what are we doing?
Because now the whole defense is out of position because of you.
Like, what are we doing, bro? For real. I'm so glad that Coach Brown learned from last game against the Lakers. They turned the break into a 3-point shooter. Apparently, they didn't turn break Pev into a 3-point shooter because they're making them drive.
Yeah, and Beverly and Westbrook still hit a combined 5 threes tonight. Like,
we should trade for a guy like Harrison Barnes. It's tough to get him. I'd love me some Deni Avdia though. Like, what the? Why are you flying that?
There's 2 seconds. There is 2 seconds, and you give him that. That's the one thing he's out there to do, and you fly by.
Oh my god, bro. Okay, need some respect on this right here.
Hey, he said, "I'm taking." Look at his head down. His head down is right now. That head down is right now. He said, "Nope, I'm scoring this." I ain't even looking at Keegan Murray. I'm
Hell
not even looking at him. Double clutch.
Bro, how is that not an and one though?
I know. LeBron tapped him.
Oh my god. Good for Rich. Nice little pick and pop here. I think these two have been really good in the pick and pop.
My point is, if they're going to switch guards onto Harrison, it's free. Harrison's going to score that every single time. And then he's shooting like this too. Like, Harrison's unguardable if he shoots this good and can drive.
Pat Bev is such an overrated defender, bro. It's so crazy to me.
He's trash.
He's trash. Oh my god.
Look at Harrison. Oh my lord.
Damn. He's good. He's been so good this month. I'll give him credit. What the? Okay. He's been good this year with those little mid-range shots, which is a terrible shot for a role player, but Brian's been good with those. He killed him last game with them.
Yep.
Let's see. Great dime, but he just missed it. I think Brown just missed it. Oh yeah, I mean Harrison's just
You got to
shooting with
step out on
confidence.
that, bro. You got to step out on that. That's 50% this month.
Like Harrison's just shooting with confidence. It's something that we don't see. You know what I mean?
He's aggressive, different.
And he's talking shit right here.
Hey, he was pumping his chest. You see when he got that and one late, he was hyped.
God, love this. Let me see.
Like, go ahead, Bev, shoot that.
Yeah, that's great. Like, I want you to shoot this.
Please.
Okay, go screen, then pick and roll here. Oof. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
That's vintage, bro.
Gross.
That's a good roll, too, though, you know? Kind of created some gravity there. Okay. Let me see what the defense is. Harrison. Okay, Harrison. I like that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's great defense.
Tip your hat. Just tip your hat.
Like, and to give the Kings credit, they played this shit right, which is rare to say.
Today, I actually, for the first time, I thought they double teamed with a purpose. It wasn't a half-ass commit.
Facts. Good stuff there. Too much effort. That was a solid defensive possession there. Not the result you wanted, but the process is right. Oh my gosh! I mean, what do you do?
I'm 6'6", buddy. I'm shooting over you.
What a pass!
That's on Fox. He shot a 3 and then allowed a freaking run out right after that.
Fox. Let's go here. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is awful. I'm gonna take this shot from him every time.
Hey,
good defense.
That is a trash.
That's like that guy that talks hella shit at the gym, and he makes it like on the bent rim. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about? He's a football player that's hella athletic.
Yeah, with the do-rag, like.
Yeah, that's him.
That's like slow-mo also. Shimmying.
Yeah, he's like, why are you shimmying? You suck. Like, oh my gosh. That is crazy. Oh, wow. Fourth quarter time. You know what time it is. It's D-Fox time. Here we go. 7 minutes left. Okay, Mr. Mexican.
You gotta come up with that. That is just
right idea. He just got lucky there.
Mid-range time. Mid-range time. Oh, you're gonna leave him open?
And that's what we're talking about, gravity, right? With even like a guy like DeMar, like that could be DeMar there too. In these types of situations, obviously, right now in the fourth, you want the ball in Fox's hands. But in like secondary,
DeMar's hands too.
Right, but like if it's a second quarter, or even if you take Fox out at the 6 minute mark, now I'm not that worried. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
like now it changes.
Like, yeah, because then you can just play DeMar while he's out.
Right, and like DeMar makes his pass 9 out of 10 times too.
Yeah.
Terrible defense by the Lakers, by the way. Holy cow.
God awful.
Like no IQ whatsoever.
This is when that and
108.
Harrison, let me say, just get to my spot real quick.
Dude, Pat Bev is trash.
Harrison just laughed at him. Let me just step through both you guys real quick.
Well, the terrible defenders. God, you gotta love it. And this guy is just special.
He needs to make his free throws, but yeah.
Hey, at least I gave him the call this time, which surprised me.
He still only took 6, though.
Yeah, that's true. So they hit the free throws. Richaun hit big free throws.
Oh my! And then Kendrick Nunn hits this ridiculous trash 3. leaning.
That's great defense, bro.
And he wanted an and one for that.
Can you imagine if they make that?
If they call an and one for that, I'm challenging that so fast.
And if they call that, like, oh, let's end it here.
Fox though? How about Fox to pass it to Richaun though, right there?
Right.
Like, Fox didn't have to pass it to him.
Bam, nothing but that, bro. Wow. Pump your chest, young man. You deserve it. You go on that screen. Pump your chest, young man. I mean, that dude.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. I do want to check the usage rate of Sabonis, though. I think he's like on. He's on like on the 3rd page, bro. Here we go next. 2, 3. Let me see. Control F. Sabonis. Bro, Sabonis is 132nd in the league in usage rate.
And 3rd in win shares, so that's just...
This is just unbelievable.
How is a player 3rd in win shares when he doesn't touch the ball that much at all? When the 2 players above him touch the ball all the time.
It's quick, though. Like, there's no pounding of the ball. You know, like, it's just throw hand up. Boom, quick pass, quick pass, quick pass, quick pass.
Their secondary option, like, it's not one option and there's just no counter. Like you said, there's actually, if they take away one action, there's actually weak side movement.
Bro, it is truly insane. Hey, did you guys know there's a page called Michael Jordan fans are the worst sports fans? I did not. The universe of the galaxy, the NBA. I did not know that, bro. Fox #1 clutch player this year. He's been so good, Larry James. Fox is a borderline superstar and all NBA player this year. I don't think he's all NBA this year. I think Sabonis is.
Yeah.
But Fox is definitely an all-star this year. Like, if he's not an all-star, that's just a crime. Like, it's a crime because he'd be putting up 30 points if his usage rate was higher.
Yeah, I mean, all those guards that are gonna make it, the usage rate is way higher. So
Fox and Sabonis explained the physical action was beautiful. It really was. I was just like,
and then they ran it to perfection against the Rockets, which was just like.
Fox and the Kings are 3rd in the West. No, I get it, but Sabonis gonna get the nod. The Kings aren't gonna have 2 All NBA players. It's just not gonna happen. Not this year, at least. Unless other guys get injured, you know what I mean. But it would be hard because there's guys like SGA that are ahead of him. Jaw's gonna get the votes.
Well, yeah, and it's not like
it's so hard. It's so hard at the point guard position.
Yeah, in All NBA, there's only 6 total.
Right, like it's truly difficult.
It's not like All-Star where you actually have he can make it as reserve.
Yeah, Subly. I love seeing the team grind. Easily could have folded on the road down to bonus, but they didn't give in. Was great to see. That's a great point. Hawks can make a 3rd team guard spot if he keeps winning. We hope so, brother. Like we want that to happen.
We're not sitting here going, no. Like,
yeah.
We hope we're wrong.
Yes, but we don't think it's gonna happen because it's truly hard to even think. I mean, again, you got Steph, you got Ja, you got Luka. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, and I think one of those isn't even making first team. So
right, right. Then you got the East, whoever's over there. They're mostly all in the West, but yeah, it'll be hard. And also, he can get in 10 boards, light the beam, man. But that's gonna do it, y'all, man. We've had a great show today. 2 hours and 15 minutes in. Jesus, I did not expect to do it this long. It just passed. It just flew by, man. Like we went through everything: the analytics, the advanced stats, the interviews, the highlights, full-on show. My goodness. What a night. Last thoughts, Tyson.
Just extremely proud and excited for what's to come. I mean, fans should be pumped, man. Let's just hope they sustain it.
Do you think they win on Friday? Because I think it's going to be it's going to be a dog fight.
I think they win close on Friday, but I think they get handled on Saturday.
Oof. That's interesting. Especially if Sabonis don't play. But he should be back.
I think he's back. It's just, I think what happened in Philly is going to happen again. It's so annoying to watch because he's probably, if Sabonis can stay out of foul trouble against Embiid, then they have a chance. But if he picks up 3 fouls in the first half, I don't see how you win.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Have a good night, Leo. A couple big games coming up the rest of this month for sure. Hey, man, it's going to be a fun time. I appreciate Tyson, Ty, everybody that joined the conversation today. Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit the like, man. And then drop a comment after the stream is up right now, about 2 minutes. Say, hey, man, it was a great time. I loved it. And we'll take it from here, man. Thank you guys so much. Peace.